affordable. Now, patent application filing. You know, there are some forms and fees and the timelines. So, firstly, if you uh, want to file the patent and if you want to make a utility patent, so firstly we have to search in the Indian patent database, INPASS. This is one of the authorized Indian government site, ipindiaservices.gov.in. So there are the public search option, and in the public search we can easily search the patent through the given application number. And Google, or we just go to the chat GPT and search anything. But patent related thing, especially there are the Google patents, patent.google.com. So like if we also want to file any patent, so firstly we have to search in the Google patents. You know? Very simple example, like if we want to make a system to manage the marketing strategies in e-commerce platform. This is the one example. I want to file a patent which is useful in the online digitally marketing campaign, marketing product, e-commerce. So we we enter these keywords in the Google patent, and Google patent give us the number of results, 10, 20, 50, 100 results they can give. So overall we have to find out all the results, like what exactly currently the people already filed related to this concept, and how many these concepts are published, and how many these concepts are ongoing for the examination process. So we have to find out, we have to work out. So this process is known as the search report. Now, usually when we do the patent, so the patent attorney or the patent agent, patent person says, okay, so this is your topic. So firstly, I will give you the search report. So search report, from where we find the search report? We can find the search report from the Google patent. It takes the time, lot of time. Now want to file patent application in India, what to do? So patent application, if you want to file patent application in India, so you can file on, it's not necessary ki you can file the patent through any other person. You can file patent your own. You have to make you have to make the account in the IP India site. IP India site, firstly we make the account. Then there are the online forms. We have to file the forms. So there are some important form, like a form one. Form one, there are the detail of the application and the applicant, like how many persons are applicant and how many persons are inventors, and what is the title, what is the basic things. So we have to fill the form one. Form two. So form 2 is very important because in the form 2 we have to mention all the detailed descriptions of our patents. So detail of the invention, like the title, background of innovation, particular of drawing, brief description of drawing, brief description of the innovation, claim, abstract, and drawing. So form 2, I show you one form 2 which is already published. So you will get the better idea how the complete specification of the patents. So yeah, this is the form 2. Okay, so this is the form 2 which we have to make, which we have to prepare for the filing purpose. So you can see form 2. This is the common thing which is already written in the forms. Now here we apply the title of the invention. So this is the title of the invention: Smart Business Decision Support System using the predictive analysis and market trends. Then here are the list of applicant inventor. Now the complete write a title. Now, whatever the title, this title is related to the management, ki smart business decision support system using predictive analysis and make trend. So firstly, we have to write the 4 to 5 line for the field of invention. So first 4 to 5 line or the first para represent the field of invention. Next, we have to write the background. So in the background, we have to search in the Google patent, and based on the Google patent results, we have to sum up in the 4 to 5 para to up to the 10 para, which whatever we want. So here we include the 7 8 paras related to the background. So this is the para 1, para 2. Like in the research paper, we write the literature survey. So similar the literature survey, we have to write the backgrounds. So this is the one more para, 5 6 7 7 8 paras. Next important point is the objective of the innovation. So whatever we are proposing, whatever we are claiming, we have to make the 3 4 objective minimum, minimum 2 objective, maximum 10 objectives we can make. What our particular concept will do. So we make the objective of the innovation. So this is the format of objective of the innovation. Next, we have to write a summary. Summary is again the format of utility draft. So 3 4 5 paragraphs we can write a summary. In the summary, simply summary, we have to write the summary of our innovation. Then brief description of the drawing. So whatever the drawing or the flowchart we have made, so related to that, we have to write 1 2 para. Then detailed description. So in the detailed description, we have to write here the technical concept, technical description. So basically, what's the innovation, what's the new thing we have to mention here. Is smart business decision support system, multi-layer CRM record. So technically concept will come here. Our proposal will come here. 3 4 para. Now we write the claims. So up to the 10 claims we file. 10 minimum 2 claims and maximum 10 claims. So what we claim key data input module is new, and whatever the CRM concept is new. So just we have to write the claims. Next, abstract. So into 2 to 3 para that, and then at last we have to attach 1 or 2 drawing, minimum 1 drawing, maximum how many number of you can up to 10 drawings. So minimum 1 drawing. In 1 drawing, 1 figure, we have to show the flow, workflow, data collection, processing, analysis, like that. And then we have to write the description of that block. So basically, this is the complete specification of Form 2. So usually we have to do the patent, we have to write up the utility patent. So this is the basic draft, how the utility patent will look like. So now come in our PPT. Okay, so now the Form 3. So Form 3 for the foreign filing. So we have to, if we are filing in India, so we need only the Form 1, Form 2, Form 5, Form 5 for the inventorship, Form 18 for the examination, and a utility. Actually, utility patent do in the 2 steps. One is the utility publication, and another is a utility grant. So for the utility grant, Form 1, Form 2, and Form 9 is sufficient. For the grant, we have to file the Form 18. If you talk about the government fees, so if we file only the patent, so the government fees is only the 1600. When we file the early publication request, then we have to pay extra 2500 more. So overall 4100 receipt when we file the utility patent. And if we proceed our patent for the examination, then extra 4000. So approximately 10,000 is approximately fee if we file the utility grant. And if file the utility grant for the company, for the commercial purpose for the company, then its fees is at 28,000 approx. So it is the common fees. Fee may increase up to time. Okay, now the filing procedure. So it's a very simple. Firstly, make an account in the IP India. then submit all the forms. Basic timeline. So these are the basic timeline. Like 12 months for complete specification, 48 months for examination. Okay, 48 months. So that's why the overall process of the patent take 1-2 year to 4-5 years. Fast examination. If any startup, any female candidates, examination will be fast. Okay, so now this is the overall about the utility patent. है ना? Now we talk ki how we AI can use in this utility patent. So, okay, first of all, when we talk about the drafting of the patent, drafting of the utility. So before the AI, we have to write the manually. We have to search in the Google patents, and when the Google patent is also not there, so we have to search from the IP India website. IP India website, there are the all the existing patents available. So we have to find out all the existing patent related to our topic only, whatever our topic. So mostly minimum 5-10 to like 10 to 100 files are there related to that topic. So we have to analyze all the 100 files. But now if we talk about AI use, so what AI do? So AI just show your close result. Like if we find the utility patent related to the e-commerce. So if I give the commands to the chat GPT or any of the AI tool, or a part of this one patent Sarthi, which is launched by the government of India. So through IP is also using the AI now. IP IP India, is also using the AI toolbox to search the results. So when you go in the IP India, so there are the IP Sarthi. So through the IP Sarthi, we can easily find out the existing patent. So the time taken for the search report initially, that was the 3-4 days to 1 week. Currently, it is taken only the single day, 1 day. And if we talk about the drafting of the patent, so it is also easy, because we take we take the help from the online AI tools, from the chat GPT, Gemini, to write the patent draft. So parts of form, we already discussed. Types of the claim, this is one important question. Types of the claim, there are two types of the claim: method claim and the device claims. That means which method you are proposing. If is your method is new, or is your method is old, is your method is hybrid or any conventional method, so it's come under the method claim. Device claim, like if we make any device using the some utilization, using the some techniques. So like the if we make any product, if we make a mobile phone, if we make a laptop, so which method for working and which method to overall process, so only the specific method. So in the one device patent, there are multiple methods. So multiple methods, individual methods come under the method claim, and overall device working related, how overall device operated, it's come under the device claim. Part of this, there are two more varieties: independent claim and a dependent claim. So independent claim, like if we are saying ki, the AI is enabled now in the laptop, so this is the independent claim of how the AI is enabled the laptop, how the AI is using in the laptop through the some app, through the some pre-built app or any other facilities. So this is under the dependent claim. Now the popular areas of patent filing. So the patent filing is usually many of the patent filing is usually in the medical field, we can say that the large amount of patent filing is through the medical field, through the pharma companies, which is making the continuous drug, continuous making the vaccines. Another filing persons, like we are the technical person. So in the second number, technical filing is related to blockchain and smart contract NFT. Then next, some basic AI technology, then the green technology. This is the patent office journal. This is the overview, how the IP India sites look like that. This is the one journal page. After publication of the utility patent, the concept is published in the patent journal. So look like type this thing. This is the one certificate of the patent which we did in the 5-6 year ago. So you can see here why I attached this certificate, because you can see the timeline here. You can see the date of filing. So date of filing is the 8th of April 2019, and date of grant. So date of grant is the 24 May of 2024. So it's filed in the 2019 and it's grant in the 2024, approximately 5 year and 1 month time taken by this utility patent. So in India, utility grant is some tough. No, it's not so easy. Utility grant is very tough. Only the 10 to 20% success ratio of the utility grant. So this is one common questions. What protect the advanced disc brake for bike developed by the inventor? If any inventor innovate the disc brake, disc brake in the bike, so how he can protect this concept under the copyright, geographical indication, patent designs, and trademarks. So all the participant, you can give the answer in the chat box. You can write just copyright or the patent or the design. So I hope if you understand all the things till here, utility patent, design patent, so you can give the answer easily. So all the participants are requested to give the answer in the chat box, and I will check later. And how long can a patent last? 10 year, 20 year. This thing also we discussed. Utility patent validity is. Now we talk the design patent. Till now we discuss the utility patent. Now we discuss the design patent. So basically, design patent, that means the design overview, the design outlook patents, how the device look from the outer surfaces. Like, so these are the design of the sari, design of the fan, design of the machine, design of the bag. So these are just the design patents. The water bottle, safe configuration, surfaces, design of articles. So this is a certificate of one of the design patent. So in the design patent, take the 3-4 month time up to the 1 year, or nowadays it is taking some long time up to the 2 year also. So I will show you one of the filing of the design patent. Okay, so this is one of the design file. So you will have the idea to see the design patent. Like there are one title of the design patent, that is a AI based learning and teaching device. Up here the thing is that if we file only the learning and teaching device, so learning and teaching device, it is a very traditional design. It is a very common design and a common title. If we file only the learning and teaching device, learning and teaching device, so blackboard, chalk, duster, this is the learning and teaching device. But if I add the word AI based learning and teaching device, so we can use the laptop, computers, tab. So this is one of the design we make for under this title. So basically in the device design patent, we have to file the 7 different views. The first view is the prospective view. Prospective is the overall view of the product. Next, we have to submit the front view and how the this prospective design looks from the front. So this is the front view. Similarly, from the rear view, front and back. Then the top view, how it's like the top view. It's this thing we study in the ED engineering drawing. In the engineering, top view, front view, back view. So top view, then the bottom view, and the left side view, and the right side view. So total there are the 7 view: prospective, then front rear, right left, and top bottom. So how this design patent looks like, we have to file this description, and after the filing there are the examination process. Then the IPR controller or the examiner will ask the question related to how which technology you are using in the AI, and how it is beneficial for what is the difference in the design of this design and the previous design, what is your novel concept. So all the things during the examination process in the design patent. Uh, this is the UK design patent, similar the Indian design patent. This is the UK design patent certificate. This is the Australian design patent certificate. Some people ask the question ki Indian design patent is granted or not. So this is very common questions. Most of the time people ask to me. So Indian design is also the granted patent. It is very clear from the IPR side. The Indian design certificate, the certificate of registration has the equal rights of the grant patent, because it's have given the validity which is written in the bottom of the patent. There are the 10-year validity of the design patent, and up to the 10-year it is granted for the person who take this certificate. After the 10-year, we can renew also up to the 5-year. Then next 5-year we can renew this design patent. Similar the UK design, its validity is 5-year. In the UK, they mention the grant word. In UK, they mention the grant word, but in India and the other countries, they don't use the grant word, but it's a granted patent. Now, what protects the intellectual property created by fashion designer? If any fashion designer, and if he want to secure her design, so in the which category he want to secure the design? It is copyright, geographical, patent, design, trademark. So all the person, all the participants, you can give the answer. It is come under the patent, design, or the copyrights. Now we come to trademarks. So trademark means it is any word, any name, any symbol, or any device, or any combination of any companies. In the simple words, it's a company logo, it's a company punchline, it's a company tagline. That is a trademark. So what's the function importance? Trademark differentiate the company. This is this company trademark, this company trademark. The people easily recognize the companies. Like there are the different banking sign. Like HDFC Bank, PNB Bank, SBI Bank. So if people see the sign only, the logo only, he will easily recognize. Okay, so this is this particular bank. Or if any product, if you know the trademark, if you know the Apple Coca-Cola bottle, so you know easily recognize, okay, so this is the product of this particular company. This is some common trademarks, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Google, Adidas. This is the very common trademarks. Trademark can be represented by the this type of the alphabet also, like the TM is alphabet, R is alphabet with circle. So trademark can be like this also. It's not necessary that we have to make a design only. We have to make any alphabet, any combination, but it should be the new. If some person registered the TM trademarks, then another cannot do. So trademark is also initially registered up to the 10 year, and it can be renewed 10 year in defined lifetime. Up to the many year you can renew up to the 10 year. Okay, so this is the some examples of the product view, of the trademark. Here the Britannia is the trademark. This is the packet view, so it's come under the design patent keys, how look like the packet design. So what does a trademark protect? Trademark protect an invention, a work of art, logos, name and brand, a secret formula. So just give the answer in the chat box. What will be the answer of trademark protect? Now we come to the copyrights. If we talk about the AI in trademark, AI in design patents, so how we can do? Like, okay, in the initially, when we have to the design of any product, so we have to use the different softwares for that particular design, or we have to do the manually production of the design. But nowadays, you can make a design through the AI also, like through the 3D image generated tools. There are the 3D image generated tools. So through the 3D image generated tools, we can create the design. But currently there are some dispute. Like if you file the AI generated images and you can file for the design patent, so it may be accepted or it may be rejected. It's depend on the IPR controller. If he find if any of the design is completely generated from the AI, so he will be the reject. But IPR controller find this design is created by the some AI help, but using the some conventional software also, so it may be accepted. Similarly, trademark. If you talk about a trademark, so if you generate any logo, if you generate any punchline through the AI tools, so it is easily registered. There are no any clause you cannot trademark uh, design or logo generated through the AI. So it is not there. AI generated logos you can register, but AI generated designs you cannot register. It's depend on the controller. Now, what is copyright? So copyright, anything, any work, any music, song, videos, audios, anything which is created by the person can registered under the copyright. There are only the condition for the copyright key. It should be the original. Most of the time, if we file the copyright, if we file any content for the copyright purpose, so the IPR is check the plagiarism also. If it is find the highly plagiarized, so copyright document is rejected. So it's very necessary here that we file the unplagiarized content. And if you file any images or any music, anything, so it cannot be copied from any other sources. Like for the music sounds, for the video clips, movie clips, only the 30 seconds clip is allowed as it is. Like if there are any existing song and you are make a new song related to that song, so 30 seconds music, 30-second clip you can use as it is, but rest of the thing you have to do the novel. Like Three Idiot controversy, there are the author Chetan Bhagat, his this movie is based on that book. So without the credibility of the Chetan Bhagat, the movie is starting, but later the this matter go in the High Court, Supreme Court, and finally the disputes sort out. So overall, for the this is the understanding for the copyright. So subject matter of copyright: literacy work, dramatic work, sound recording, artistic work, musical, cinematography. It's come under the copyright. This is of copyright, how the copyright looks like. Okay, so validity. If we talk about the validity, so the validity of the copyright is the 60 year, 60. It is a year validity, and after the 60 year, it is then open to all. Like Mahatma Gandhi written books uh, is openly public for the after the 60 years from the date of creation. So if any person make any of the novel thing, but after the 60 year, like the 60 year before, any music, any video clips, you can use freely. If you want to use any video, any music, so 60 year before, 6 year ago things, 6 year ago things, any of the things, images, drawing, content, stories, you can use freely. Copyright protect up to the 60 year only. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi books I discussed. So after the 2009, 60 year is completed, then all the persons use and the concept of book. Okay, now SICLD semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. It is basically the for the designing only. If any person makes a circuit, so he can protect the SICLD. Okay, so I think this is the geographics indications. So this is the GI. It is a geographical indication. Many of the uh, application like the tea of the Darjeeling, the Taj Mahal, and Bastar Dokra, many of the things, Sihor ka gehu, Nagpur Santra, Nagpuri Santra. So these type of the things, eating things or area related things, now it is comes under the GI. So its GI validity is also initially 20 years and later 20 years. It can also initially 10 years and after 10 years it can renew. So now the basic concept, all the patent, trademarks, GI, copyright is over here. Now we discuss the some common thing, what cannot protected. What cannot protect है ना, what cannot patented, क्या patent नहीं हो सकता. So invention contrary to public order or morality, it cannot be patented. That means in simple words, if any concept, if anything which is anti-social or harmful for the society, it cannot patented. Any new method which is related to agriculture, horticulture, it's also not patented. Invention already disclosed to the public, previous invitation, like I give you 2 3 example which is currently rejected in the patent office, which is filed by us. One of the example, we filed the one design patent that is related to the animal replicant device. Animal replicant device. So the overall purpose of the animal replicant device in the agriculture, we want to apply in the agriculture field, farm field, and the animal replicant there through that device. But the IPR controller says ki, no, if animal, if this device is harmful to animal, so this device can harmful to people also. Like if any small child uh, close to that device in the agriculture, so it he can also harmful. So that's why he rejected the design patent. Similarly, one of the design patent we filed related to the one part of the drone system, drone system, and the one part of the jets, jets which is used in the military. So again, IPR controller says कि it is a national security issues, and based on the through the national security issues, he rejected the application. So there are some common mistake, or cannot say कि some understanding. Sometimes they don't understand the things कि what we are saying, or as per the IPR जो norms है. So according to the IPR norms, many of the time they reject it also. If they find ki na it is harmful for the society, it is harmful for the nation. Now, some points to remember: ki first protect, then publish. So if any person create any new thing, and if we want to uh, publish their article, so it's a good thing to firstly take the patent on that particular innovation, then you can publish. Because if any concept is already published, so you cannot take the grant of that patent. But if you take the grant of patent, then you want to publish, so it is considered. Okay, now, so there are some global innovation index. No, you can skip this point. Already we discussed now the India has top. India comes in the top 5 for the filing of the patent. State-wise patent filing, so we can see here the Maharashtra files a more number of patents than Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh. So, but now this figure is changing, because I think all these states, all the academic institutes are filing patents continuous. So this is some more list. IITs. Most of the IITs, many of the IITs fast large number of patents. Some private universities also filing the large number of patents in the previous years. Top 10 foreign resident applications. Okay. Okay. So now we come to our next point. So can AI be an inventor? It is legal and ethical dilemmas. So AI cannot be invented, because AI is not a person. So as per the IPR law, IPR rules, as per the IPR norms, only any person or any companies can be a patentee. Only a person or only a company can be a patentee. So AI is not a person or AI is not a company. AI is just a technology. So AI is not a legal person. So AI cannot take any patent, because a robot cannot sign a contract, so it cannot be invented. Patent laws are made for the humans, because it is for pride, it is for protection of the human intelligence, human intellectual properties. There are one example, because the AI responsibility is still unclear. Like if we talk about a driverless car, driverless car is through the AI technology. AI technology ke through driverless car is operating. So if a driverless car hit to any person, so who will be the responsible? A car is responsible, a technology is responsible, or a company who made the driverless car, that is responsible. Who is responsible? So it is currently unclear. In a general, the owner is responsible. That means जो कार जिसने own किया है, who is the owner of car, that he is responsible. Not the technology responsible, not the company is responsible. Human innovations may lose value. If IPR give the priority to the AI, so the human inventors may lose value. So that's why currently in the simple single word, so AI cannot be inventor. Only the person or only the companies may be inventor. Now, AI generated content and copyright ownership issues. There are so big issues: AI generated content and copyright. So if we make the completely patent draft to the AI, or if we make any complete song, complete clips through the AI. So it's can be registered under patent or it can be registered under copyright. No? So in a single line, key any of the content, any of the design, if generated from the AI, it cannot be patented, but it can be copyrighted. You know? There are the difference. Patent cannot be granted, patent cannot be registered in any of the AI content or any of the AI design. You know? But if you make any new things, drawing, design, voice, sing, song, videos, clips, animation, movies, so it can be copyright copyrighted, you know. But if you make any technical concept, if you make any technical utilization through the AI, so again it's not be copyrighted. Copyrighted only registered when the AI and the human minds, you know, both will work out, then it is then it can be registered. Now the next point है कि patentability of AI based invention है ना. So simple in the single words, because AI is only the tool, AI is only the tool, so directly AI cannot be registered, you know, directly content generated from AI, design generated from AI, it is not patentable. So AI based invention can be patented if AI used as a tool only, you know, and a human plays an important role. If IPR controller find कि human mind is applied and human play an important role, AI is usually only the tool purpose, then it can be patented. AI itself cannot be an inventor, you know. So as per the IPR rules, कि only the person or only the companies can be uh, inventor or the applicants. Human contribution must be shown clearly, you know, like if you make any animation movie and you want to file under the copyright, so in that case also you have to show the human contribution. Next, pure AI generated invention are not accepted yet, you know? So till date any of the companies, any of the IPR industries, it is not accepted the purely AI generated invention, you know? Even one of the copyright dispute is still going on in the Supreme Court, you know, where the two applicant which has generated the same concept content and they file for the copyright, and the IPR in the IPR IPR controller find that there are the two same concept which is filed by the two different person on the same date or almost the same time. So it is very tough for the IPR controller ki which person should give the priorities for the registration of the copyright. So they sent this application to the Supreme Court because practically it is not possible ki two different location person file the same content. You know? So it's still under the undergoing hearing in the Supreme Court. If any two person make a AI based data, AI based content, and then the same time, same date, if they file for the copyright purpose, so who will be given this copyrighted? So it's still in the hearing phase. Now there are the international perspective, that is a WIPO, US PTO, and the Indian IP law. So basically, WIPO is what? It's a World Intellectual Property Organization. WIPO basically it is associated with the American firms, American patent firms. So WIPO is a global body under the United Nations. Like Indian patent, Indian utility patent, Indian design patent. Similar, there are the WIPO patent. WIPO recognize and control the overall world patents. Not completely all the countries patent, but most of the countries are registered under the WPO. So it is studying how AI impact IP law worldwide. You know, it's not in the final decision modes, it's the undergoing stages. Now WIPO agrees that current IP laws are human centric and need to update for the AI. For example, WIPO conduct a global discussion on the whether AI generated work should get separated IP rights. You know, so it's there are the talking. He can AI related any content concept innovation can be separated. Next, USPTO. The USPTO, that is the United States Patent and Trademark Offices. So USPTO, that is a purely United States based patent and trademark office. It is clearly stated that AI cannot be an inventor. AI cannot be an inventor. Only humans can be named in the patent application. AI is treated as a tool, not a creator. Patent application naming AI as inventor were rejected in the USA. So it's the same laws also followed by the Indian IP. Indian IP is also not considered the for an inventor. If AI is an inventor, then it can be rejected. Even as it is, even as per the government rule, government is saying if you generate any image or the video from the AI, so you have to mention this is the AI generated content.
Rovin sir, one of the participants has
Okay.
asked question.
Okay. Okay.
Supposedly,
Sir.
we code an application through AI, like from Chat GPT or Google AI. Can it be copyrighted? And will there be any lawsuit?
Yes, if you make any of the content through the chat GPT, so you can submit for the copyright, but actually nowadays the IPR is checking the plagiarism. So if IPR find it is 100% plagiarized, that 100% content created from the
You
AI.
mean
So most of
AI content, right?
AI content, 100% AI content may be
Yes.
rejected. So it is better that you generate the content from the AI, then you change something manually. So it is not showing the 100% AI generated. 50% it is okay. It can be registered.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just 4 5 minutes, then last 10 to 15 minutes, we take the more questions. Okay, so the balancing innovation and the regulation in the age of AI. So now here we discuss the how the innovation and how the AI based innovation can be regulated by the authorities. you know, Like the self-driving car. So AI helps car drive automatically. So here the regulation. So the government allow testing, but required safety driver and road rules. Also, there are some uh, fixed regulations if any person make damages, like the if any driverless car or if any driverless car make the damages. So there are currently no any fixed rule, who will be the responsible. There are the very different rules. So it should be the government uh, should restrict if any AI based machine make a damages. So who will be the responsible? Either the operator will be the responsible, or the owner will be the responsible, or the company will be the responsible. Like there are the robotic surgery. If any doctor do the robotic surgery, so through the robotic surgery, if any damages to the patient, so who will be the responsible? Doctor will be responsible, or instrument will be the responsible. So currently, as per the IPR norms, IPR rule, because the patent given to the person or company only, not to the technology. So responsibility will also come. Responsible will also the person or the companies only. Because who take the patent? So this particular person take the patent, or this particular company take the patent. So if any damages, so who is the responsible? So that person will be the responsible. This is very clear thing in the law, but in the IPR law, it's currently in the discussion stage. but it should be कि either the person or company should be the responsible. Now AI recommendation system, AI suggests the videos and movies based on user interest. So there are also should be some regulation because the platform must avoid harmful or misleading content. Many of the time, if any content should not be reflected uh, frequently to the underage children, but the recommendation system is already inbuilt. If any child search something, and if parent don't want to see this thing in front of the child in the AI based devices, but AI system show that thing frequently. So there are some regulations in this field also. Facial recognition technology, the AI helps in security and the attendance system. So there are regulation ki some countries restrict its use to protect privacy. Because in the if you go, if any new places, if any new hotels, if any new venues, and there are the facial recognition system, so facial recognition recognize your face, so when they recognize your face, your face data captured in their system. So after that, they can misuse the your face. Many of the times, such of the crimes is reported. If any bad videos is making by some persons, so the accused is saying, I never visit that place, but when he see recall ki, okay, I visited that place, there are the face recognition system. So based on that system, they recognize the face, and that face they use for the bad videos purpose. So there are also some regulation recognition based system is inbuilt there. So after the security check, instantly it will be the deleted. AI in banking and loans, So AI banking and loan, that means AI check the credit risk quickly, credit risk, or we can set the analysis of the data of the customers of the clients which is applying for the loan or anything. So in the AI, there are some biased in the AI. It is find the biasness also. It's that means it's not fairness. Like when you chat with the chat GPT and you ask any question to the chat GPT, the chat GPT give answer. And if you say, no, this answer is wrong, the answer is this thing. So instantly, Chat GPT give also say, okay, I am wrong, and the new answer is this. But again, you say, no, this answer is again wrong. Give me the right answer. Then Chat GPT again say, okay, I am wrong. Give the answer as per your questions. Means simple word. What you want to listen, what you want to suggest to ChatGPT, why he will not give the bias. He gives
Sir,
the
your net connection is slightly problematic.
okay,
The voice is breaking. Hello.
okay, sir. Is it audible?
Now it's audible, sir.
Okay. Okay, so now this is the last point. Future roadmaps for AI-driven IP framework. So recognizing human AI collaboration. So in the future, the currently we are discussing ki IPR give weightage to only human and the companies. It is IPR is not considering the AI, but in the future it may be considered to the AI also. Like the AI may also become the applicant. AI may also become the inventors. Yeah, jointly collaborative AI and human can become the inventor or the applicant. Create new IP categories for AI. So IPR can do this thing. They can make us some one more part like this patents, design, copyright. So they make some one more part key AI based patent. no, it may be new categorized. Whatever, if there are the 90% AI, 10% human, so it's come under the AI based patent, and there are some limitations in the AI based patent. Next, define clear ownership rules. So sometimes AI based outputs, AI based results is also still undefined. Like if any person make a code, if any person make a code through the AI, and that through that code he developed the one app, and through the app he is trying to do the business, trying to do the commercialized purpose. Now codes can be protected under the copyright. So if any person is completely create a code through the AI, so again question ki it is copyrighted. So because IPR don't recognize कि it is the generated for AI or not, है ना? But nowadays they are checking the plagiarism, so they find out कि it is 100% generated from the AI. So they give the FER report. FER, that means the first examination report. And then the examination report they mention कि your content, your code is completely generated through the AI, so we cannot register this. So either you resubmit your file or you can withdraw your file. So this type of the messages come. So it's better to do the remove some AI flag in any of the content, either code, either content, either images, any of the thing. A global alignment on an AIP laws, WIPO and other international community also discussion on the how AI can be regulate, how through the AI can be regulate the innovations, ethical and responsible AI standards. Through the ethics, if we talk about the ethics, so we should not use the AI in the academic, but if we don't use the AI, so how we innovate fast, because nowadays we should use the technology, and through the technology we should do the it should be if AI related any dispute, so it is resolution should be very fast in any different codes of the IPR. Okay, so thank you to all the participants. All the concepts is over here. Now, if any of the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
participant can ask any of the questions, so
Rovin sir, someone has asked a question.
yeah.
Question is, please elaborate on the process of copyright registration by individual for own work.
Okay, so there are very simple process. Whatever you create, either any image or any of the content, simply go in the IPR copyright site. There are the different site of the IPR copyright. IPR patent site is different and IPR copyright website is different. So go to the IPR copyright website, create your account, make your account, and simply submit your content in the PDF form. If you submit, when you submit, so you have to clear the article classification, like you are submitting a song or you are submitting an article, you are submitting a literature, so clearly you have to mention there what you are submitting. Another question, you are what you are submitting, it is already published or non-published, you have to select the categorize. If it already published, then you have to do the one affidavit also. Okay, already published content is by the your name only. If you have the jointly applicant, like two-person published one thing and you want to take the copyright, so you have to take the NOC from the other applicant. And after select all the options forms, you just submit the your content, and the filing receipt is filing fee is only the 500. So it is registered within a 1 hour process, only 1 hour process. And after the submission, IPR will examine, and minimum 3-4 months to up to 1 year, they registered your copyright.
Another question that is being asked is, in FER, the person filing it gives the declaration of AI percent AI percent or content, or the granting authority detects it?
Sir, repeat the question.
In FER, the
Okay.
person filing the document or whatever it is being filed will should the person filing should give the declaration of AI content percentage, or
Like
the
if you are
granting
asking,
authority?
no. Such type of clause is not there. Like you cannot declare ki you are creating the content from the AI. If any FER come, your content is highly AI plagiarized, and then they give the two option. One
That,
option,
that
you
means the
can
onus lies on the granting agency.
granting agency, because they give the two option always. After the FER, either you can withdraw your application or you can resubmit your application. So what's the FER raises, what's the issue raises, so you can resolve the issues and resubmit. Either you withdraw the application if you cannot revise as per the FER.
Yes, sir. Sir, another question that has been asked by what are the requirements for submitting the you through document through IP account?
What are the requirements?
Yes, sir.
No, there are no any specific requirement. You just create your documents and you submit. In the requirement only in terms of the applicant details, your full name, address, email ID, sign, signature. Okay. You when you file on in patent or copyright, so you have to take the digital signature also, digital signature from the e-mudra. So that's is the only one basic requirement. Another filing process is very simple.
Yes, another participant has asked the same question: is the certificate, digital certificate by e-mudra necessary?
Yeah, it's very necessary because e-mudra is a good platform to provide the digital signature. If any other authorities, if you take the digital signature, so you can take, but e-mudra is the government recognized authority to provide the digital signature.
One more question, sir. Is it can somebody file their own patents or copyright, or is it necessary to go through a patent agent?
No, on anyone can file. Just there are the rules. Like if I file the patent, so I can file the patent with my name only, because when we create the account, so by default our name, full name is shown in the applicant list. So you can file with the own name. You can include some other person, but if you want to file the applicant's name where you don't want to include your name, so you cannot do this thing in your account.
Okay. Because somebody has asked, can he or she prepare the patent application using GPT and then submit?
Yeah, definitely you can use the chat GPT, any of the AI tool, but always I say ki if you create or make any of the patent draft or design, but change that things, but at least 30-40% you have to change them manually.
And what are the charges of the registration for any design patent, approximate charges?
Government for the design patent.
And for copyright, sir?
Copyright filing fees is 500 and the utility filing fees is the 1600. This is the only government fees. And after the, if you make the design, if you make the design, you make the draft. So you create the account and submit with this fees, this nominal fees. But if you take the help from any other registered patent attorney agent, so there are the high fees because they make the design, they draft, they give the sureties. When FER come, so they sort out the FER also, so they take the high charge because it's a IPR is just like a court, you know. Like if you want to file a case, you just go to the court, you know. There are the Indian law कि any person can fight on case, but all the legal things you don't know. So how you will fight your case? Same in the IPR. Like if you create a patent, make a patent design, copyright, and register, submit it in the IPR website. But when they ask the FER, there is the FER, and they ask the some techno legal things. So technically, you can defend, but legal thing you cannot defend. So that's why you need some patent attorneys.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, can you please on your screen we need to take a
Okay,
photograph.
okay. Yes, yes.
1 minute, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, Pratik, are you there? Hello. Just 1 minute, Roman, sir. Pratik, are you there? Okay, sir. I give my formal vote of thanks. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee of Atal FDP, I propose the vote of thanks for this truly enlightening session on intellectual property rights. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Rovind Tiwari, for gracing us with this valuable presence and sharing such profound insights into the crucial world of IPR. Your session demystified complex concepts like patents, copyrights, and trademarks, and provided us with practical knowledge essential for innovation and research. And especially with the era of AI dawning, what are the current trends and what will be the future implications of using AI on these copyrights, patents, designs, and trademarks. Thank you for making this a very interactive and truly inspiring sessions. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for inviting me. And definitely, it's a good session, and all the participants are also asked the questions. So that so the participants are listening these things very patientfully.
Definitely, sir.
Okay,
Definitely.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So just
Sir,
I
you
leave the
can log
webinar.
out of the session, log out of
Okay.
the webinar, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Leave the webinar, sir, because don't exit, leave. Okay, okay, sir. Thank you. So, good evening, participants. Over to our next session. Priyanka, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Uh, it's my sincere pleasure to introduce Dr. Priyanka Singh Jadon. She is
Yeah.
currently working as an associate professor in Oriental College of Management, Bhopal. Priyanka, can you on your video?
Yeah.
It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Priyanka Singh Jadon. She is currently working as an associate professor in Oriental College of Management, Bhopal. She is a distinguished professional with a multidisciplinary background in biotech, computers, and an MBA in HR. With over 10 years of experience across both academic and corporate sectors, she brings a unique blend of technical expertise, research insight, and strategic management skills. Dr. Jadon has been actively involved in research, academic mentorship, and industry initiatives. The speaker has published research papers in renowned international and national journals and has authored study materials at university level. She is also involved in management development programs, consultancy, and other training initiatives that bridge theory and practice. She is also an expert in several software tools related to data visualization and research, enabling effective analysis, presentation, and interpretation of complex data. In today's session, she is speaking on strategies for publishing in high impact journals and the use of AI. She will share practical strategies and guide us about AI driven tools and expert insights to help researchers streamline their publication process and journey and thus achieve greater impact for themselves and academia. Welcome, Priyanka. You can start your session.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll definitely try that. Is my screen visible, sir? Hello.
Yes, Priyanka, you are visible and your screen is also visible. Please proceed further.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. See, today we'll be discussing about the strategies for publishing in high impact journals using AI. But before we move into the high impact journals, let's focus on how the AI can help you identify what to do and what not to do. Because in the initial section, you have to finalize a paper which is good enough to go through all the aspects which are good enough for qualifying a thing to be published in a high impact journal. But before we proceed that, the overall objective of this particular session is the first thing, anything which you write has to be ethical. Second, whatever you are making should not be plagiarized. And the third thing, you should get published. So, whatever we are trying to do, let us get selected and do not get rejected. That's our mantra for today. And in order to do so, we have identified certain sections and certain zones according to which you have to divide your sections and your paper so that you can figure out how AI can assist you. See, the thing is, AI is there to support you. It is going to assist you. It is going to help you out as a friend. It won't do anything for you. The paper has to be identified by you. It has to be created by you. It has to be conceptualized by you. It has to be delivered by you. But each and everything can be assisted to the AI. So let's figure out how. See, as you can see, the contents, the clarity, and the structure, then the reviews and the feedbacks, then your original idea, then their segmentation according to the questions, of course, and then the subsections of those questions, and then sometimes the papers are to be modified according to the journals. So when that happens, then the changes which are to be brought into that, then the experimentation, and again passing the peer reviews. All that has to be accommodated. So out of this, AI can assist you with the content, with the clarity, with the structure, with the feedback and the review. But other things, they have to be a part of you, not the AI. So let's see how. Now, before, your idea has to be original and you have to have the domain expertise. You have to have the ethical responsibility and the ownership. But you'll be updating the idea, you'll be modifying the idea. You'll identify the aspects of the research which are to be modified, which are to be monitored, which are to be evaluated in a different sense. By the different sense, I mean the methodologies are to be improvised. And then the rejection signs are to be also considered. So we'll see that later. In order to summarize everything I'm trying to discuss, let's go through with this particular slide. What a chat GPT cannot do for you. Your idea cannot be provided by chat GPT, but it doesn't mean it has to be totally original. See, what I have learned about is some of the people who are new to research field, they are beginners and they are very hesitant to ask questions. So it's all right when you can't ask questions to us, but you can ask questions to the computers. They can be your friend, they can be your assistant. So when you have a doubt about any topic or any question, then what I would suggest you to do is go to a site, an application or software which is known as SciSpace. Then put down the keywords and the summarization of whatever comes to you, your mind. So When that is put into account, they will provide you a briefing. And that briefing and that summary could be again further utilized by other softwares, which can help you to identify how to process that particular paper. And by process, I mean how to make a proper structure for that. The research process has to be identified for that particular paper. So that can be assisted by that. For example, Evernote is a software. It's a very popular one that can help you to identify the framework or the basic structure or the fundamentals which are associated with your paper. They might even write the basic paper for you at times. That's a drawback. You'll have to hold out. But when that happens, or if anyhow that happens, then you need to identify and make sure you are capable of modifying that, adapting that according to your needs, requirements, and according to the requirement of the journal you are targeting. So based on that, first of all, you'll have to figure out the topic of that paper. Then, as you can see in this particular thing, the sites can provide you real time feedback. They can help you to modify and make the changes. Then, according to some certain sections or certain websites, you can also see what is ethical and what is unethical, which means how much of that particular section is going to be plagiarized if you take that into account. So that can also be monitored and evaluated accordingly. Then, along with that, the complexity or the simplification of a particular research process can be done there also. Supposedly, you're not familiar with a certain method, but they have suggested that you should be using that. So, in that case, you can take the assistance from another kind of software and they'll help you out to identify what kind of rotation or what kind of method or what kind of statistical analysis or what kind of qualitative analysis you should perform on that. So that can be arranged. Then, if we are trying to figure out how to make the paper acceptable in terms of certain peer-reviewed journals, on this, not directly but indirectly, because some people will be guiding you that this is the case of rejection, or maybe you should modify this particular part. Then according to it, you can discuss this particular thing with a particular kind of application or a software, and that application will provide you the information which will help you to update the data accordingly. But again, you'll have to use your brain. It is an intelligent system, but not that intelligent system. And each and every journal, which may be a moderate kind of journal or a very good one, but they will definitely require for you to make sure that the copyright or the main paper has been written by you, not by the machine or something. So let's move on to the next thing. A certain kind of workflow can be arranged according to a particular software or different arrays of softwares which can be utilized for defining or creating a particular kind of paper. So based on that, you have to divide your sections accordingly. First of all, the human contribution, which is the topic, which is the concept, which is the idea, the thing which we are going to talk about. Then by figuring out the idea, then by creating the subsections or subset of questions, then we'll have to move on somewhere according to the research section. We'll have to make sure what are the gaps, and after identification of that gap, I will have to proceed on further. So basically, we'll gather the literature and we'll read it out. But see, computers are very faster than us, so why don't take their help? I'll load on everything on the system and they'll figure it out for me. Like a spider web or a scatter plot, they will identify the information I have provided, or maybe they will search it out for me and then they will mark it by a number or by a string, and then they'll create a map for me like a spider web. And in that particular web, they'll show something bigger, they'll show something smaller, which will help me to identify, you see, this particular thing is too much associated with the idea I'm working on, and the shorter one or the smaller one is l- associated but minusculely, I mean very little. So in this particular case, a certain kind of map will be created. So if I personally want to read out the thing, then I will be able to identify that which particular research paper should I personally read out. Otherwise, maybe I can tell the software they can summarize everything for me and I can read out the summary simply, although I wouldn't suggest that. Then we have to refine the argument and make the structure. Now, in this particular section, we will take into account all the information that we have gathered from that particular literature review. And after providing that in a certain section, I will compare it with the other section, which is the gap section. Then I'll cross-index both. That way, I'll be able to identify which is my basic concept, which is my core concept, which is my idea, which I should focus on, what is trending, what won't be trending, etc. So after evaluating everything, after providing weightage to everything, I have a certain structure in my mind that I'll propose and I'll work on. So after this, I have to figure out what to do next, which is the other parts of the paper. But for the time being, let's hold them and let's move on to the references and the claim section. See, again, every map has been created and it is available for me. So a certain kind of index is automatically generated for me. But again, if I'm claiming something is happening, if I'm claiming a particular reference, then it has to be correct. So in a high impact general, when I'm providing certain thing as a reference and it's not accurate, then it's not good enough. The paper will be rejected. So in order to make sure that is not happening, I would suggest to everyone who's watching me or listening me that before you submit anything, please make sure you have cross-checked everything from your end. Each and every reference which you have mentioned is accurate. All right. Now, next part is the decoration part. See, the thing is good enough, but if it doesn't look good enough, it won't be good enough. So a particular kind of language, a particular kind of word selection has to be there. So that kind of information can be arranged. Again, multiple softwares are available for it. So we will suggest to the computer to make sure that that kind of information is made available to us, and we'll put our information into that system. They will rephrase it, trim it, cut it, increase it, elaborate it, and present it as per our needs. Now, when everything is set according to a system and we have reviewed it, then it will be going for preliminary screening. And if that is happening, again, we'll have to make sure that we are not rejected. How? We'll discuss that later. Lastly, ethical disclosure. In this particular section, we have to make sure that any kind of rules and regulations which are available or made presented to us by the particular journal are totally satisfied. We are not taking any information and misrepresenting it as our information. Basically, we're trying to control plagiarism, and we are not trying to make basically we are trying to make sure that we are not going to take credit for the information which is presented by the AI to us. All right. So from the advice of the editor's perspective, AI will not get you published, but using it first guru mantra is improve your readability. Every person has different kind of reading habits. Some people read more, some people read less. That depends upon the time they have available. But if we can't do it, then in that particular case, we have to make sure that that can be arranged for us. For that, we have multiple softwares. We can tell them this is the paper we want to read. They'll provide us the summary for that particular report, and then we can read that particular summarized report and make our inferences. And if we have any doubt, dilemma, or maybe it doesn't sound right, so then we can go for the whole paper and read that. But if it is not happening, then in that particular case, we can go with the summary. Anyways, the second thing is, see, everyone writes beautifully. Things are almost accurate. But just in order to improve them, we have several softwares. They have a different kind of word selection available. So they can provide you choices, alternatives. Along with that, they'll correct your grammar, they'll correct your spellings, and there are certain sections which are very sticky on this should be the word limit. So when that happens, they can help you with that too. So accordingly, for the first two Guru's mantras, you can use the information available online, screen it through the software, and summary reading. Second, whenever you are trying to write something, write it, keep it, and let it be. But when you are trying to use it, before we use it or before we submit it somewhere, check that through with a certain software. It will help you to change the words or grammar corrections or spelling corrections, etc. etc. Now, moving on to the next section, targeting. When I'm talking to you about targeting, what I am trying to tell you is you have to match a right topic with a right kind of journal. If you are not doing that, you are increasing your chances of rejection. All right. If I want to buy a car, I'll have to get the money accordingly. If I won't be able to afford it, then I won't be able to buy a car. Similarly, the topic has to be accurate according to the journal. So, how to do that? As you can see in this particular slide, I have provided you certain sections which can help you in identification of gaps and which can help you in identification and citation of certain tools and targets. So they will help you to figure out whether a particular kind of paper will be accepted by them or not. Again, you won't have to submit the whole paper. You'll just have to submit the summary of that paper and it will screen it. It will match it with a particular kind of journal which is available or where you should apply. All right. When you have already identified the different research gaps, then what you need to do is a very huge amount of literature is available to you. And in that particular research, there are certain sections which you have to identify or focus on. The first thing is you'll have to arrange your themes. Some particular topics or some particular sections are to be arranged in main themes and sub themes. And when you're submitting your journal, the editor might ask you to remove a thing completely or sometimes partially, or make a certain kind of change according to the result of the paper. So based on that, whenever a certain kind of thing is asked by the editor from you, then in that particular case, for making those kind of changes, you have to be able to identify the zones which you should focus on your target on. So for that, you have to focus on the contradictions and the research themes. Again, when you'll simply put the names or maybe the keywords or a certain title, the things will appear automatically. They will be enlisted. Sometimes priority will be weightage or priority will be given accordingly. And you will be able to identify which matters less and which matters more. All right. Again, there are certain tools which can be used for this particular section. I have mentioned two here, ChatGPT and Site AI. So while writing and structuring a particular thing, you have to focus on three zones. The basic introduction, this will focus on the questions, the sub questions, then the gaps, and lastly, the contribution, the implication of the study, what the outcomes of the study, etc. Then you'll have to make an abstract, and then that particular abstract needs to be refined on the basis of what is happening around, what is getting more attraction from people, what is trending, what is more popular, etc. Along with that, in a certain kind of field, if something new emerges or serendipitous, in a serendipitous way, something has come up. So if that thing is directly or maybe indirectly affecting your work, then you have to take into account that. All right. Now, for refining this particular section, in the first part where you are using themes and sub-themes, for that section, you can focus on ChatGPT or Claude. All right. But while refining the abstract section, what to write, what not to write, because here you will have to use the keywords. So for that particular part, Grammarly should be taken into account. It will check out everything, it will identify everything, it will provide the right kind of information to you so that you can filter out what should be written. Keywords are very important for identifying information on the web. And when that happens, if your paper is written very nicely, it is very appropriate and it should get cited so many times. But it might not be cited that much because the right kind of vocabulary was not used. Or maybe the vocabulary was too frequently used, but wasn't good enough. It wasn't highlighting your paper somehow. So for that particular part, all these particular softwares will be able to help you out. Now, when we are focusing on the literature review and knowledge synthesis part, then what we are trying to do is we are trying to fragment the systematic literature review. What I'm trying to say is the literature review is written in different types. It can come in various shapes and sizes. What I mean is its size might be different, it might be simple, it might be complex, it might be very specific, or it might be totally random. So for that particular part, certain kind of thing is desired from you. So when that happens, you have to identify which kind of software will be more appropriate for you and which will be lesser appropriate for you. Secondly, sometimes the information which you are looking for is very less explored by people. What I mean is, you'll be looking out for something and you'll figure out, oh, there are only 2 papers available in this particular sector. Now what to do? So when that happens, the thing is some papers are not available, DOI is not there, or maybe something like that, they are not uploaded. So that's a minus for us. But again, sometimes the papers are available, but we are not able to identify them. So again, when that happens, then we have the facility of these softwares. They can be used. Now, secondly, based on the popularity of the papers or what is frequently used by people, based on that, certain particular sections are highlighted and certain are not. So these different softwares which are mentioned over here, they can help you out with that too. They will provide you the weightage, which will help you out. Key, see, this is very popular thing. It is often referred, it is often cited. So you can use the information, it will be credible. All right. And secondly, when the information is made available by somebody who's very famous in a particular section, then the questioning part or maybe objectionable part is somehow reduced when you're taking something from them or maybe drawing out something from their own derivations. So when that happens, your paper might be appreciated more or might be taken into account more. So for making your own paper more visible to more people, you can use these particular softwares. I'll show you one example, but before that, I've mentioned over here 4 different softwares. Out of these, Research Rabbit and Scholarly are very popularly utilized, and as I've mentioned some other information here also, so you can see what kind of USPs are provided by these particular sites. All right. So as I was saying, I have taken a snapshot of something, or maybe I have written a line or two, or maybe a keyword or two, and then I have just submitted the thing. Sometimes even I will get the information like, okay, I can say the software ki I will be providing only 10 words, and based on those 10 words, you have to provide me the information. So I can limit the word limit to. So based on that, I can provide the summary, or I can provide the keywords, and then the information will be researched all over the internet. They'll figure out what to pick, what not to pick, um, do everything by themselves, and after their own particular at the end. All right. Now, for literature review support, there are thematic groups, concept maps, and synthesis over descriptions. What I'm trying to say is, supposedly there is a section called management studies. So they have multiple specializations. So based on different specializations, they will create groups and further subgroups, and then again groups. So multiple levels will be created accordingly. Then concept map creation. As you can see in the right side, I have created an image. This particular image is indicating a certain scatter plot, like a spidery diagram. All these things which are visible over here, the dots and the lines, are indicating different connections. They are providing me the information. All the resources to them, or the journals I've taken into account, are provided to me, to them by me, or maybe by the internet after my selection, or maybe selection by them. And then they have created a map for me. So based on this particular map, I can select a few journals, I can remove the other journals, and this way I will filter out the information which I will further use in preparing my particular research paper. All right. So this is in a way of kind of filtration system which will create a map for me, so that I can set my parameters better, and then I can utilize them, and that will help me to generate a more accurate kind of paper which I'm focusing on, I'm willing to focus on. All right. And then the synthesis and the description. So in this particular part, what to write and what not to write. Automatically, certain literature reviews are created by AI, which can be redefined by us, recreated by us, and maybe we can summarize them again according to our needs and specifications or priorities. So focusing on that, I have recommended 2 sections for you. The first one is Elicit. It is an AI research assistant. It will figure out everything, whatever you are trying to provide it. And the image is created through Research Rabbit. You can use that also for this section. And again, you can use connected papers. Particular image. So it is observed that those particular journals who are considered as very high impact journals, they are looking for a very specific kind of information. What is the idea is, they are looking for different concepts. They are looking for evolution in those concepts, something which is built up on the basis of paper which was written ages ago, or maybe something which is created, or maybe recreated, re identified by somebody. So when that kind of information is made available, then you have to go through the literature in a very high level. I mean, the screening has to be monumental, huge, enormous. So when that happens, you have multiple types of papers. You can team them in multiple groups, multiple subgroups. Then the stacks will be created for different separate sections. But what AI can help you out with is, we have certain sections. On the basis of that, we will identify the map. After identifying the map, we will finalize the parameters. Then, after finalizing those parameters, we'll look for particular or maybe a specific section of a paper. And then for that particular specific section, we can further filter our information based on our own personal updates also, or maybe the updates which are provided by the softwares. So after identifying everything, we have a limited amount of research questions or sub questions, and then we can work from there on the literature and provide a far better quality paper than the previous one. Now, what can AI do for us in this particular section? First of all, for creating those themes, those sub themes, identifying everything from the internet, figuring out where to download this, where to download that. These are very common issues which are faced by people. So when AI is available, AI will group the things based on the keywords we are providing. They will also segment different informations on the basis of whatever is happening, or maybe when we are looking for something specific, they'll figure it out. If some particular things are not available to us, they can provide us a summarized information for that particular zone. So they can help us out in figuring out and identifying whatever is available on the internet. Maybe we'll take thousands or maybe a huge amount of time for identifying that, figuring out that, downloading that. But AI won't. It's hardly they'll take, I mean, minimum time, like quickly. So that can happen. Again, we have to find out what are the contradictions. Some people will say this is happening, others will say that is happening. So we'll have to find out which one is right and which one is wrong. Because in a certain kind of debate like this, we have to take sides and pick sides. Now, certain sides won't get you published, and certain sides will get you published. So for that, again, you can take the help from AI. Then, for example, blind spots. This is a whole picture. And in this particular picture, this is the section which was totally untouched. So the untouched sections of perfect theory, of a perfect picture which was based on a theory, is like goldmine for us. If we work on that particular section, then we'll get easily published. So those blind spots can be easily identified on the basis of those particular software, with the help of those softwares. Although we won't be able to do that so easily, because we'll have to go through a lot of research information, and sometimes it's not even available. So they can help us. Then, creating a conceptual framework. See, the thing is, the concepts are very different. And for identifying what is the connection between them, we have to have some kind of analysis or maybe go through some deep research. But that is not very easily done. And sometimes the information is already available on the internet. It is just that we are not aware of anything about it. So when that is happening, what we can do is we can go to a particular site, we can select the information, will do for us is they will create sections and subsections of a paper. In fact, sometimes the information which is provided by them is like 3 to 5 pages. So accordingly, we can screen out it initially. Then we can use our initially created map and we can figure out what to focus on and what to focus on. If we luckily somehow brilliantly find a blind spot, then just go for it and focus on that and writing a paper on that. And then maybe we can go for revising the questions accordingly. But see, the basic concept or the ideology or the method, what to do and what not to do for that particular paper can be created on behalf of us by the AI. Now, what is the thing which we should never do? See, AI will provide citations. They will always provide the citations. But the first thing is you need not rely on that. You have to always, always, always verify any kind of information which is provided by you or which is given to you by the AI. All right. Secondly, see, sometimes it happens that the softwares which we are using, we may or may not be aware of it, but they are creating fake citations. So, all those citations which are either wrong or totally, completely fake or bizarre, when we are dealing with them, then the problem is when the paper gets submitted, it will get you rejection. So, cross check it again. Then the thing is, while we are writing, sometimes we are not sure where should we emphasize on. Supposedly, it's a literature review, and we are segmenting everything in paragraphs or maybe providing every information in word limits, supposedly, hypothetically. So, when that is happening, for a particular section, we have written a paragraph which is like 300 words or 200 words. And for another section, we have written a paragraph like 150 words. And the reason was the information which was provided to us by the AI was minuscule in 150 words, and for the other part, huge. So, accordingly, we have written the paper and submitted. But the thing is, the ideology is not to follow what is available to you. The ideology is all okay. Maybe you can focus on the structure which is provided to you by the website or by the AI. But again, finally, what you need to do is you have to filter out what to focus on or your personal weightage, where should it go. So based on that, whenever you are working on something, if you are presenting something which is based on the ideologies of the other people or a certain website, it is not going to produce a quality paper for you. So for controlling that part or for making sure that it is not happening, what you need to do is go to a particular website, generate everything. Part comes to providing weightage. Do not go for it. Think about it. Think about the concept. Evaluate it against the research questions um, which are there in your mind somewhere, or maybe you'll be focusing on. Or maybe if you have totally finished everything and you're just at the end of your paper and writing or maybe rewriting it, even in that case, what are going to be the USPs of your paper? Accordingly, the weightage, the word limit or the size of the paragraph. It should be dependent on that, not on any suggestion provided to you by a certain software or a machine. All right. Lastly, how can I use AI for my benefit other than getting it written? Very nice. The first idea is getting it organized. Sometimes we are totally absorbed by whatever we are working on or whatever we are writing. When that happens, we can see the picture, but we can't see the overview. Our limitations will enhance the paper somehow, according to us, but actually they are trying to limit the paper. So when that happens, you need
Priyanka,
to
one
make sure that you identify the right kind of area. Then only that selected area needs to be uploaded to a certain website or software. And then when it is redirected to you after it has been rewritten by the software, then you need to check it out.
Priyanka,
Are you
hello,
misquoted,
hello.
misrepresented, misinterpreted, misunderstood? If that is happening, then you need to rectify it. After doing that, go through with it again, check it grammatically through another software or maybe the same software if it's helping out. Then focus on that and try to figure out, is it good enough? If you feel it's good enough 100%, then let's move ahead. The second thing is comparison. See, when you have identified that this is my target general, right? Then based on that particular general, you'll have different research papers available which were submitted to those journals before you, and you have written something on a particular topic, and you have requested a certain software to check it for you. All right. So what this software is going to do for you is it will compare the information which is provided by you, a certain section of that paper, not the whole paper. That particular limited small section will be uploaded. It will compare the information online specifically for that particular paper sometimes, and then they will provide you the output. Does it match? That is all you need to focus on when the outcome arrives. And if according to the outcome you are satisfied, you can say yes, it matches. They have this standard and I also have maintained the same standard. Then acceptance. So you can compare two different papers, different journals. And the third thing is being the critique. Sometimes we are not able to discuss some things with our colleagues. Sometimes we do not get time to discuss things with our friends. What to do? Very simple. When you're sitting in your office, go to a particular website, post your thing, and the software will create answers for you. See, supposedly, I have posted a particular section, and along with that, I have requested an answer for a particular question from that particular section. So the software will provide me the answer. If I'll say, is it good enough for this particular thing? It might say yes or no, all right? Or maybe it will criticize, see, this is the thing, this is the part which is lacking. So if that is happening, we can take the help, we can take the hint, and we can update the thing. All right. So, like a friend, it can provide you suggestions. Lastly, see, when all is happening, we cannot neglect, we can never neglect the manual input. All right. So, anything which has come up has to be re verified. Methods, result, precision, transparency. See, a good journal. If I'm working as an editor for a good journal,
Priyanka,
then the
hello,
only thing which matters
hello.
for me are limited. I can count. So when that is happening, the first and foremost thing which is supreme rule for me, kind of, would be, can you reproduce the thing which you have provided in this particular research paper, right? What I'm trying to say is, if I'm telling you that 2 plus 2 will be equal to 4, then in any universe it has to be equivalent to 4, right? If I'm saying it is in every universe, then it should be. And if it is not, then the paper is not good enough. It is always taught to us that when you are evaluating something, then the basic specifications should be mentioned in the paper. This was done, this tool was used, this particular software was used to analyze. Supposedly, we have gathered the information using interview schedule, all right, and we have obtained the information in or maybe we can go through any other software. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Priyanka, one participant
am
has
I
asked.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Priyanka. One participant has asked a question, a very relevant question. Should as a submit as we are submitting as a research scholar, we are submitting a manuscript in the journal. Should we cite in our literature review how much
Dr.
AI?
Johari, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Priyanka.
All right, thank you.
One participant has
So,
asked a question.
right, about transparency and evaluations. So, whenever we are talking about something and when we have to provide a certain specific kind of information, then we have to be very specific about it. What I mean is, supposedly, I have produced a research paper, and in that particular research paper, I have provided an analysis, and for that, I have done CFA but not EFA. All right. And the results were provided to um, no, the results were not provided to anybody, but we have prepared the results and they were found all right, and we have proceeded somewhere, and based on that we have created a full paper, and that full paper was submitted somewhere and it was accepted. All right. For screening, preliminary screening, it has cleared. All right. And then, since it was a peer reviewed journal, so it was given to somebody else for checking. And then after a few months or weeks, we have received a question. See, you have performed CFA, but you haven't performed EFA. Why? See, so that is based on our personal knowledge, right? We should be aware of what kind of orientation should be taken into account while performing CFA, or maybe when to conduct EFA and when to conduct CFA, and should we always conduct EFA before CFA? So when we are evaluating our skills or our knowledge, then in this particular case, sometimes we can take the help from the softwares. They can provide us information that what kind of information should be written to maintain clarity, to make clarity. And sometimes we are not simply aware of things. So if we are not aware of the things, then a very specific kind of information may be required by us. And for the availability of that particular, we might have to depend on a particular website, which is a software in this case. But again, as I've mentioned, there are certain things which need to be checked and verified. So again, when knowledge is concerned, it's a big deal, and books are available. You should always cross check any similar or any particular kind of information which we are putting into, that it should be correct. And to make it correct, we have to go through and cross check this. So the results has to be reproduced. Now the matter of clarity and description. So how much we should describe? If I'm going to tell them about the orientation, about the overall results of the CFA, and all the things which I've taken into account for conducting that particular CFA, and if we have removed a particular thing, or if we have included a particular thing, then that is going to be too much. All right. So for maintaining clarity, a certain method of description has to be followed, and that for that particular thing, we can take assistance from AI. Then for checking alignments, which is we have to make a list of string of particular questions, and we have to provide them weightage. What is less important? What is more important? Similarly, we have to focus on the method. This is the main method. This is the secondary method. This is the supporting method. This is the main evaluation. So based on the question, what kind of method, what kind of evaluation, what matters more and what matters less has to be taken into account. Then we have to come to the results. When we are talking about the results, what I'm trying to say is interpretation. See, there are two kind of ideas. The first thing is, I have performed a quantitative analysis. Okay. I have certain numbers and figures. So based on that, I've identified that see, this number is bigger and that number is lower. So based on the value of the numbers, this matters more and this matters less. All right. This was totally done on the basis of the values. Nothing more, nothing less. Second, we have taken into account the value, the numbers, but we have also taken into account what is that particular number representing, the weight. And we are not taking into account which thing is connected with which thing, which matters more, which matters less. we are simply focusing on the values, then the outcome or the interpretation which we are making might be biased, all right? And the biased results may or may not be appropriate. So, whenever we are working on something, we have to make sure that the results are put up accurately, and we have to rewrite them if they do not depict themselves the way they should be. Okay. Now, what not to do? There are several websites which can assist you with data, or you can collect the data yourself, but please do not take data by using AI. Do not tell it to generate data for you ever. Okay. Second, fabricating analysis. Okay. It's not a good idea. Then, see, the result was available. I came up with it, but it's not good, so I'm going to change it. This is not the right kind of approach. So, the information should not be taken completely from a website, and you should not rely on that. And again, if a certain result is made available to you, then you should focus on that anything what is going on, anything whatever is going on, if it is not interpreting the things based on the research questions which you are targeting, then something is wrong. It may be the methodology, or there might be any other issues. You'll have to figure it out yourself. But please do not blindly have faith on it just because it was provided to you by a computer or a system or a software which you consider very good. Okay. Moving on. I have indicated in this particular program that you can use softwares again for creating different kinds of information for you. Okay. Now, academic writing, references, and ethics. In this particular section, the most important part is ethics and writing should go simultaneously. All right. The first thing is academic writing can be done by using certain softwares. For example, you can use ChatGPT or Claude. They can provide you information. They can filter it out for you. They can write it. They can rewrite it for you. Then you can pass it through Grammarly. It will correct the grammar checks and spelling mistakes and grammatical corrections, tenses, etc. If something is wrong. Again, you might change words if you need. Then a word tune, it will help you to refine your sentences. So a very good, a very pristine kind of information will be made available to you through these three softwares. Then you have citation tools available for your reference. That is Zotero or Mendeley, Cite AI, and Scholarly. They can also help you in identifying tools and extracting information through these tools. Like Zotero can help you in reference management, and Cite AI can help you in credibility, and Scholarly can extract the information, whatever that is available for you. But the thing is, whatever was written as your script, as your paper, as your content for that particular paper, that will be submitted in your name. So before it goes for publishing, before you send it somewhere, you have to make sure that everything which was written was indicated to you by the software, not written by the software for you. Are you getting the picture? They can help you to write, they can assist you to write, but they can't write for you. Okay. Secondly, there are certain sections which are handled very delicately by the journals. They have certain rules and regulations which you need to follow. They have certain policies. And if you do not follow them, there are severe repercussions. So please make sure everything which is done by you before submission, it is totally up to the mark and does not create any ethical problem for you in future. Then comes data integrity. See, AI generated data will be very clear and it will be declared in different forms. But whatever data is made available to you by AI should be clear. What I meant is it should not be ambiguous. It should not be misunderstood. It should not be misinterpreted. Okay. The information can be published in journals as well as books, but there are very specific rules. And mostly in case of books, the information which is produced by AI or created by AI is not considered acceptable. Anything which is written by AI, supposedly I am being very intelligent and have taken into account the information that is produced by AI and I've submitted it on my name, or maybe I've made the AI co-author, but that is not going to help you out. See, any thing like this when brought into account, it's not going to be good for you. So what I suggest is do not do this. Again, regarding copyrights and legal responsibility, see, defamation, misuse, and infringement, they are very serious issues, and one should always be right when you are trying to submit something as yours. Now, let's focus on the ethical policy and compliance. Before you submit anything for any particular journal, you should make sure that you are aware of their policy, specifically anything which is concerned with AI. See, kind of protocols are available for AI, and some said specific ambiguous, and it may or may not be clear to you at times. So in that case, you can talk to somebody in the particular journal, and they'll guide you. You can submit the thing, but make sure everything which is printed on your name is right. And I have taken which is brought to me, and there is no other way I can submit this about this pillar thing. I can't change it. It has to be like this only. Then in that case, I will have to make sure that I disclose it, that this particular section which is written over here is taken as it is from so and so website. All right. If the policy all right with that, they will let you publish. If they don't, maybe you should focus on other journal which permits you to do so. But please make sure anything which is written like that is disclosed before you submit or while you submit. Then you sure you're following the guidelines. Again, as I've mentioned before, might be different from different countries, or AI in so many ways. It is impact so many people and different countries, different policies, different specifications. So think suitably, think appropriately, think what matches with my criteria, submit some. Now, created the paper. I have identified every aspect. I have evaluated everything, right? I was looking for an average journal, but now I'm trying to target a better journal. So in this particular case, what I will try to focus on is how should I get accepted? So, first of all, identify the academic tone of that journal. Then, identify the logic flow of your paper. Maintain both, set equilibrium between both, and then make sure that before you submit, your academic tone matches the academic tone of that particular. If it does, go ahead with submission without taking any policy or guideline associated strictly with AI. Second thing, see, there are certain things which should be written very precisely, very appropriately, very specifically. If the particular form of that particular paper is there, then please make sure, irrespective of everything, whatever the guideline may be given to you or suggested by you, by your co somebody else, please make sure you are mentioning everything very clearly, very precisely, and very in a very detailed manner before submission of your paper in your paper. And even if you need to rewrite that particular section, then don't hesitate and go ahead and rewrite that. Please make sure that the stuff is up to the mark. Then the most valuable sections, the key sections. The first is abstract, then the discussion and the introduction. So when we are working on this, working on this, to we're working on this, we have to identify that while working, we do not lose our keywords. In order to maintain the keywords or in order to maintain the workflow of the whole setup or the research paper, we are not losing the logical flow of the paper. And while maintaining the logical flow of paper, we are also providing all the desired we take. And while doing all this, we are also making sure that the information which might be indicated to us by the website or source was not taken as it is by us. All right. So what I'm trying to say is, or maybe I should summarize like this: you are the author. So as the author, make sure the thing which is submitted as your under your authorship is actually written on. It might be assisted software written originally by. And secondly, your can help you maybe with the maybe the picture and maybe partially with the design. But the concept, the original design, the original overall structure of the paper was according to your specifications, not the specifications of the software. So, targeting a particular impact journal, what you should focus on is the aims, the recent of that journal, and the scope of that particular journal coincides with your particular paper, the objective of your paper. Then you should also compare your manuscript with the other manuscripts, for which both of which you can take the help of the softwares. And lastly, see, while screening, you might get rejected. So, taking that into account, you can identify the chance rejection using AI. How? See, when the paper comes to an author, the editor, they see it like, is it according to our reader's request? Should we submit it? Should we accept it? Will accepting this particular paper enhance our credibility? Is it going to be good for us or bad for us? Keep we can summarize the things and ask the softwares. So based on that, they can help us to identify that if we submit this for a particular journal or a magazine, whether it will be accepted or not. The chances of acceptance or rejection can be predicted by the software. How to do this? See, it's a very simple thing. As you can see in this particular image, you can click on the available options which are available specifically. Specific choices are provided based on the specifications of the softwares. You can simply click them, and after selecting, can make a single selection at a certain place, take moments. So after selecting the things according to your criteria, you'll have to submit some information. That information could range from 80 words to 300 words, and we submit that, include that particular information, and the result when that particular thing will provide you the results, and based on those results you can identify next is the peer review submissions. So in this particular section, ChatGPT can assist you for your reviewer simulations. And sometimes while we are submitting some particular papers, maybe we are using the methods, their information, or maybe we are making a certain comment to the editor. So if that happens, we can use the assistance of AI writing. And other than that, sometimes very specific kind of information is requested to us by the editors. They'll provide certain points and we'll have to elaborate on them. So when that happens, we can use that we can use certain it helps to identify that based on their point respond. How should we update our paper? How should we follow through? All right. Along with this, if we are going to do this only by us without any kind of support of a machine, of course, then in that case it will take a certain amount of time. But if we are using the softwares and the applications which are available to us, they will very all right. So, we can figure out quickly what to do. We can check out the information. We can cross check the information again, and after doing everything, we will submit everything within the framework of the guideline. The next thing is, if I am trying to focus on accepting a particular kind of information for a paper or a book chapter or for a book, then it has to be very specific. It has to have a wow factor, a USP, something which will be desired by other people. So they'll be spending money. So in order to make that happen, it has no right. To say what I'm looking for is something unique, something very special. So in order to make something ordinary special, or maybe identifying something or which is automatically special or already special, maybe bringing out something from the thing. I have spotted a section which may not consider as a blind spot, but I've turned it into something which is very unique, which has a very different kind of perspective. Then that perspective is provided by you. That's your human input for that particular paper. So that your input is important conception or visualization for that particular paper is going to create wonders for your paper. So, biggest thing is, although we might accept the offers which are given to us by various kind of softwares, but we should never neglect that what is our own ideology, our own idea about a certain concept, what we want to communicate to other people, what we want to interpret. Then lastly, we can compromise at different levels, but certain things are like can't be compromised. As in, since we won't be able to compromising on how to evaluate a certain kind of data, already compromise to certain kind of information. All right, so that can't be done. Along with it should be a bit. What I'm trying to say is, I won't be taking or borrowing or using the information or data provided by the software, and I won't be publishing a image which was by a graph or a chart figure modeling or any kind of design or any kind of output or a concept which you have brought into life. Can, as I've mentioned earlier, you can use their responses and they can provide you structured, very specific kind of addresses and very focused orientation, which will help the editor to identify that, okay, the right ideology, and you'll figure out, right? Then, how to handle criticism. See, as I was telling you earlier, that you can ask the help of a AI to figure out whether your paper will be accepted or not. Like friend, you could discuss provided over here. You can ask the AI what are the top reasons there could be, right? And additional robustness checks would reviewer expect. So these kind of information can be made available and they can be treated. And whenever any such information is made available to you, then you need to focus on identifying what you are looking for. Be very specific, ambiguous. It is the answer won't be. So any kind of dilemma or any kind of deviance from the actual output you are looking for, if you first or the question equal to the accuracy of the answer with the machine. Okay. How can AI help you with this? It can educate you a particular kind of methodology, what to be used, what not to be used. As I was discussing in case of CF and EFA, they can describe you the kind of orientation which could be used, the specification, the thread used, are right. Then for a kind of there with online, we identify it and present it for you. Along with that, the editor's perspective was mentioned in the form of a single line or a question to you. And since you were on your paper or your idea, you were not looking to the broader picture. So when you are publishing it somewhere or putting it somewhere out, so they provide you different different adaptations, different sections which should be checked out. Lastly, there are certain sections in a very easily you can easily identify if you have an experience, and maybe even any guidance, then you'll be able to identify on the basis of it doesn't look good enough. Supposedly you have compared the paper, then the output will be there, the help of the machine, and when you will read it, you figure out, see, this should be like this, but it doesn't sound like this. So if there is a discrepancy, some might be wrong. All right. So if that happens, you have to make sure you all the weaker points. When you have covered all the weaker points before your submission, then the chances of acceptance will be higher. Only that is the reason, nothing else. Right. So before submitting anything to the editor, you can screen it yourself. You can use different softwares which are associated with plagiarism check, and they can help you identify if there is any kind of plagiarism. As I'm very sure you're aware of, there are different levels, mainly 3, and you should always focus on maintaining a certain level of respect and patent. Do not write plagiarized articles or do not submit plagiarized articles. Be sure of that. Again, if something like that happens, that there are some matches or maybe some sort of plagiarism is available in your paper, then before your submission, please make sure that you have rephrased those sections, rearranged those sections, or maybe rewritten them in order to make sure that it is this play amount is reduced to a far minimum amount than the previous one. Then along with that, supposedly you have submitted some paper earlier to a particular person, and they have provided you a certain kind of comment on that. So if you are resubmitting something, please make sure whatever they have instructed you or whatever they have provided you, based on all that information, you have updated everything accordingly, right? Lastly, before we anything, please make sure anything which is uploaded online, if it is a free software specifically, then please do not upload the whole manuscript as it is. All right. There are different kind of publications available. There are different kind of papers or books or whatever the material which we published. So before we go into that, I have to make sure that there are certain principles which are known as general principles. They will be universally applicable and will not change or country. Okay. Then disclosure of AI. So if you have written something, particular chapter or a book, then in that case, please clearly mention in your disclaimer, acknowledgement, or somewhere in the book that this is the section which is written using AI or partially written using AI or whatever the amount is. There is more thing in certain cases, some or some do not take any kind of materials which is produced by AI. So if that is the case, and unfortunately you have provided the disclaimer, but you have submitted your manuscript, then they will clearly reject your. So in this particular case, please make before you publish, you have gone through the policies, that particular section. Did by AI, this is important to you because it will help you identify what to do and what not to do. So the language and the grammatical corrections which are made by the AI are totally acceptable. They don't have any issue. Or improving the readability of the material, clarity of the information of the material. If then if you want to summarize something or some literature for making people understand it in a better way, then even that is acceptable. If you are trying to structure out a manuscript or trying to provide an outline for it, you then just give suggested recommended by the software is acceptable. Then if you're trying to figure out a particular idea, generating an idea, or the software is prompting you point regarding a particular idea, then that particular content is also acceptable. You can use it. Now, import this particular session, the critical aspects of plagiarism and originality. Any text that is not automatically plagiarism free. Whatever is created by AI could be taken from different sections, and those sections may be plagiarized. So if we have taken something as it is from AI, then it is not like hypothetically it doesn't have any plagiarism issues. There might be. All right. Then again, as I've said earlier so many times, the citations should be proper and needed to be cross-checked before you submit the paper. Again, for the sake of clarity, for the sake of information, anything which is written, your idea or your content should be written very clearly, and it should be phrased accordingly. Then, lastly, before we go through anything or before we move into submission state, we should always do a pre-plagiarism check before submission. And plagiarism, along with the plagiarism check, we should also check the AI detection. Okay. Anything which is image which is created by AI, or a figure which is created by an AI, won't be accepted in any journal or a book or a research paper or whatever. All right. Then the copyright and legal responsibility. The copyright issues are very unclear when it comes to AI. So the content which is generated by AI should not be taken into account and should not be submitted somewhere. Okay. Again, the being an author, it is your responsibility for the credibility of the paper and anything which is associated with the paper. So please make sure any kind of copyright infringement, defamation, or misuse cases are not associated with your paper before you submit. And again, even if you are giving out the disclosure notice or any kind of other issues are associated with this, please make sure that there are no certain AI related issues with your paper, because the publishers will retract your paper, and retraction is, again, it is worst. It is not good. Okay. So what are the best practices? You should maintain transparency. If you have taken some information from somewhere through AI, then you should disclose that before. You should use plagiarism checkers and verify everything. Before you submit anything, you should verify you should verify everything on your personal account and go ahead later. And before you submit anything to a particular kind of journal, you should go through with their own particular policies and rules and regulations for submission. And lastly, there are certain limitations which are associated with AI. Like we can't use the images or some things. So please make sure even that is considered. Now, bringing the novelty. This is the most important section. If this is right, everything is right, your paper. So please make sure how AI can help you. AI can do the rest of the things for you, and that will make the things easier for you to focus on. I mean, it will give you time to think on what to do. Okay. So please make sure it is right. Now, based on the different important journals we have worked on, or maybe you're trying to focus on, there are certain sections and certain aspects of their policies which should be taken into account. So I've prepared a small chart for you, what to do and what not to do. It has taken into consideration certain particular journals mostly people focus on. So please go through with this. It has a list. Right? It has we have included over here the authorship, the disclosures which are required by you. We have also taken into account the language section and the editing section, which are what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Then we have also included the content generation related information here. Since I have mentioned that images and figures are not accepted if they are generated by AI. So as I mentioned earlier, mostly they are not accepted. And again, in case of peer review, what is acceptable and what is unacceptable, that is mentioned in this particular section. For authorship and accountability also, the details are available to you. Before I end this session, I have one more information for all of you. See, before submitting anything, please focus on